Hello viewers and welcome back to Fly 2 Band of Thieves, and today we're going to finish up episode 5 and finishing off the Contessa. Welcome to the Contessa boss fight phase 2, and now with the Clockwork Eyes she can now do a new attack, the Hypno Blast. So just try to get out of the way before she hits you and you'll be all hypnotized until the effect wears off, and you have to get out of the way before she always does the Hypno Blast after a charge attack now, so you better keep an eye on that. And when she does shoot you with, she can ram you, she can spawn some baby spiders to help her. And this one's just a little harder, but it's not that bad. Just try to get out of the way of the Hypno Blast and try to hit her while she's doing the Hypno Blast from the side. And you can actually win this boss quite easy. And we're done. And we're done with episode 5. Yay!
You've got a strong mind, Cooper. I never would have guessed.
Look, free achievement, and we finally got the Clockwork Eyes, and with that we finally finished episode 5. And enjoy the cutscene, and we'll tackle into episode 6.
Things hadn't gone exactly to plan, but the Contessa was beaten and the Clockwork Eyes were finally mine. The Contessa was arrested and brought to trial for the crime she committed while working for Interpol. Their PR damage control went one step further by promoting Nila, the hero of Prague, to the rank of captain. Carmelita, still on the outs with Interpol, had to run with the rest of us. To my surprise and eternal delight, I got to help my favorite policewoman escape from the cops. I tried to put it all out of my mind. This claw business was spiraling out of control, and I knew that my gang was at the center of it. We'd be back in action soon enough, but for now, well, we just laid low for a while.
Wow, things didn't go exactly as planned originally, and now we're done with episode 5, and we can now enter episode 6, He Who Tames the Iron Horse. And I think these next two are personally my favorite. So let's get episode 6 started.
Following the trail of spice shipments, we made our way up to Nunavut Bay, Canada, the secret hub of Jean Bisson's shipping empire. As a young man, he trekked across Canada to strike it rich during the gold rush of 1852. An avid prospector, he took some chances and ended up buried alive in an avalanche. Miraculously, the quick freeze kept him alive, and 120 years later, thanks to global warming, he thawed out. A product of his time, he dreams of taming the wild north, damming every river and chopping down all the trees, with progress delivered at the sharp end of an axe. Shipping spice for the Claw Gang proved a lucrative way to bankroll his one-man war against nature. And yet, I have to feel a little sorry for him. He's just a normal guy from the 1850s. Back in his day, he'd be a hero, but today, he's a villain. Either way, that man's got more than his fair share of the clockwork parts. What a low-tech guy like Jean Bisson is doing with robot parts is a mystery. I almost don't want to know. But as always, it's only a matter of time before I find out.
Sly Cooper and the gang in episode 6, He Who Tames the Iron Horse. So now we're heading up to our little local country of Canada to deal with Jean Bisson's train shipping empire, who owns half the trains in Canada and smuggling spice with those iron horse trains. And yes, we got Canadian stereotypes of mooses, geese, and goats, I think. And yeah, this basically is a fun episode, and it's kind of short. And yeah, so that was quite an interesting backstory they tried to do with trying to make the villain of the next two episodes more sympathetic. that he's just a guy out of his time, and you gotta give Sucker Punch some credit, though. They really do their best. But I hope when Sinsaru Games are making Live 4, I hope they do some very good bosses.
Cabin may seem rustic, but don't be fooled. It's the control center for Jean Bizon's trade empire. Sneak inside and raid his files. You're sure to find out where he keeps his clockwork parts.
Ransacking his files doesn't sound hard. Now, climbing up a sheer rock wall, that'll be a challenge.
You're in luck. Before Jean Bizon took over, this used to be a popular destination for rock climbers. Some of their old wall hooks are still around.
I'm guessing I just jump and hit the circle button to latch on.
That's right. And remember to lean back before you spring off the hook. You'll get more altitude.
Thanks for the tip. I'll give it a try.
So yeah, we have to go inside each cabin we have to go inside this cabin. That's the heart of Jean Bizon's empire. And I'm going to be quiet for the route throughout this next bit, because this is kind of very important for you to understand what's going on. And I'll explain probably along the way, so until then, enjoy!
Trade routes. They should narrow our search for his share of the clockwork parts.
Alright, I'm on it.
Hello, Arpeggio here.
Salutations, Mr. Arpeggio. Y'all got time to shoot the breeze?
Of course, for you, chum, always. Although must we communicate through that dreadful speakerphone?
Yeah, I can think better while my legs move. Pumps blood to your brain.
Of course, one must keep blood in one's brain. But do tell, is there some pressing matter you'd like to discuss?
First off, are you still coming on schedule to get that Northern Lights battery?
Yes, we're well underway. My blimp should arrive at the end of the week.
Bullseye. For second, when you gonna give me a look-see at that clockwork brain of yours? I'd sure like to buy it off you.
So, you covetous troglodyte, you've already got the lion's share of the parts. Would you take my meager portion of the robotic bird for your own and strip me of all my earthly pleasures?
Easy there, partner. You're all up in a lather. It's just that I found some real use.
Sly, did you hear that? Bizon's hidden the Iron Horse blueprints in his trophy vats. Head for the fish on top of the fireplace and steal those plans.
Sounds like you're making capital use of your share of the robotic loot. But for now, the clockwork brain stays with me on the blimp. Although, when I arrive to pick up the Northern Lights battery, I might be persuaded to give you a peek.
That'll do fine. By the way, you ready to giddy up into Paris for the final hoedown?
Yes, the blimp's hypnotist wavelengths conform to the specs drawn up by the Contessa, and Dimitri, before his unfashionable capture, did a bang-up job of distributing spice through his nightclub.
Sounds like all you're missing is some Northern Light electricity.
You're correct, sir. Yours is the final piece to the puzzle, the missing link. Once the battery is aboard, nothing will stand in the Claw Gang's way. Paris will be ours.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess I'll be seeing you at the end of the week.
Farewell, Bison. Stiff upper lip. Ta-ta.
So yeah, let's just grab this Iron Horse blueprint. Now we know there's the Iron Horse train schedules go through with those blueprints, with 3 blueprints, 1 in each cabin, and I'm going to be cutting to those particular cabins because they take quite a while to get over, and we're on a 15-minute limit, so yeah, we have to cut some corners. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So with the power of editing, whew, here we are, the second cabin, and it's filled with the brim with guards. Not the flashlight guards, but the common geese. I think that's how you pronounce geese? No, geese. I got it right. So, yeah, let's electrocute these guys. And there's just safe right there, and we have to get all the clue bottles, as always. Sorry, I'm not getting all the clue bottles. Just want to get this through. And I'll probably show the extras on an extra video or something, just to make it up for you guys on the PlayStation 2 version. Some of the PlayStation 3 didn't add some of the extras, so yeah, I'll probably have to put that in. So yeah, after a freaky jump, I have no idea where that came from. And now we can head up to the third and final cabin that's filled to the brim with flashlight guards. So with the power editing, boom, here we are at the third and final cabin to get the third blueprint that we need for the Iron Horse train. Yeah, and this room is filled to the brim with flashlight guards. So you have to be very sneaky to get on by here. And we can get some nice money out of it. There's actually even a place in the next episode that you can get a buttload of stolen loot. Seriously. And so that's the third and final blueprint, and we have to carefully sneak out of here before the guards find us, and we can pick their pockets while we're here, along the way out. And I don't know why it's not allowing me to pickpocket, but never mind. So now we got all 3 Iron Horse blueprints, so let's move on to the final phase of this job.
With all 3 blueprints, we should be able to isolate and track the Iron Horse trains through that satellite dish.
Top of the mountain, huh? Shouldn't take long.
So yeah, we have to climb to the highest point in the entire world. There's a satellite that we have to hack into. You don't need to hack it, so just say. So we can know where the positions of all the local Iron Horse trains with all the 3 local clockwork parts. Yes, there's 3 clockwork parts that we have to get in this episode. We're going to get each one of them, starting from after the next slideshow. We start planning our way to get to the first of the local clockwork parts, stealing from the Iron Horse trains. And the problem is we can't get them while the trains are not in motion. They're going to be on motion all the time because there's a good explanation, but it's not half-assed. Okay, I'm not sure if it's half-assed, I'm not sure. So that means we gotta do a tactical train robbery. So with that, we gain access to the satellite. Now we can access all the information that we need to know about the 3 local Iron Horse trains in this area. And with that, eventually, this job is done. And now we can plan our attack to tackle the Iron Horse train.
Thanks to Sly's efforts, we now know the location of all 3 of the local clockwork parts. 2 lugs and a stomach. John Bisson has grafted each piece to the engine in one of his Iron Horse trains. This improvement allows the trains to run all night and all day. We won't have the luxury of sneaking in while they're stopped. While they're in motion, the only way aboard is through a hatch on the caboose roof, which unfortunately has been locked down. These need to go. First, collect the spice gas from the balloons above town, and then land on the back of the caboose to blow off the locks. Once the way is cleared, I'll suit up and jump into Iron Horse number 1 while it passes near town. With some luck, we'll have the first clockwork lug in a few hours.
See what I was talking about. So as long as those clockwork parts are inside the Iron Horse train's main train, they'll just keep on going, so we have to get rid of the caboose locks on the back of the train with some exploding spice. There's also another job that we have to do, A Friend in Need and Spice in Disguise, where we'll tackle one of those 2 next time. So until then, this is Josh24214, and we're done.